All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we have a Houston Rocket trade rumor video. I wanted to make this video actually because I saw this tweet from Mike Singer, and he said, with the trade deadline rapidly approaching, the Nuggets are searching for a wing and a true backup center. And I was scrolling through Twitter, and I apologize, Rockets Nation, I don't remember exactly who tweeted a picture, but someone quoted the picture. They put Daniel Theis and they put David Nwaba. And so it got me thinking, could the Rockets actually trade Daniel Theis? You know, like, is that a realistic possibility after just signing him to a 3-year contract? Like a relatively good, safe contract. 1 year into it, not even a year into it, would Rafael Stone be like, we're done? We're done. So that's why we're making today's video. If you guys enjoy it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It's almost trade deadline time. I'm excited. If you guys can't tell, I'm ready to unload some players. Last year for the Houston Rockets, I feel like the trade deadline didn't really go as planned. I was expecting just like a full house unload. I was literally expecting last year the Houston Rockets to just trade everybody. Like trade everybody who is not a part of the near distant future. And for the most part, you know, they made some moves. You know, PJ Tucker got dealt, what was it? A little before the trade deadline, I believe. Don't quote me on that. And then Victor Oladipo got traded like an hour after the deadline officially passed. Do you guys remember, Rocket fans, Rocket Nation, man, do you guys remember just the suffering of having Victor Oladipo on the team last year? Like, I feel like I forget about that all the time. And I'm remembering that making this video is making me remember just having Vic. And he still was on the team. And then they finally traded him away. And I'm rooting for Victor Oladipo. I don't believe he's actually even played this year for Miami, so it looks like we got away with a good one. We offered the man a contract extension. We literally offered Victor Oladipo a contract extension yesterday. Anyways, here are Daniel Theis' stats this season. 8.6 points per game, 5.3 rebounds. That's about it. He's shooting 46% from the field, and just as a reference, he's a career 54. So he's shooting about 8 ticks worse than his career average. So you can kind of get, if you for some reason haven't watched any Rocket videos or Rockets games this year and you just aren't aware of Daniel Theis, he's doing nothing for me. The man is doing nothing for me. But real quick, I don't think Rafael Stone would be willing to kind of just call it quits this early. I really don't, especially considering we don't have that many big men. I mean, we just don't have many big men. If you trade away Daniel Theis, then you have Christian Wood and Alperen Sengun, and both of those guys have missed time this season, or Christian Wood missed a lot of time last season. I just don't know if they're willing to go fully small again. Because for some reason we're still stuck in this like, oh, you don't really need big men, you just need shooters. And it's like, well, we don't really have either of those that much. So personally, the Houston Rockets, I want the Houston Rockets to get as big and as long as possible. I want us to take a page from the Toronto Raptors playbook and just literally get as long as possible. Long as humanly possible. Let's just keep getting guys whose wingspans are fucking ginormous. It's neither here nor there, I guess. Daniel Theis also from downtown shooting a career low, and it's not even close, 27%, and that's being generous with the rounding. You're welcome, Daniel. Defensively, I mean, he's not really doing much for me either. It's just, I don't know what he's doing for me this year. He's a career player. His career player efficiency rating is about 16. This year it's 10. I mean, it's horrible. He's got a 0.3 win share. This guy is not doing much for me. But anyways, the idea of David Nwaba and Daniel Theis going to a contending team makes a ton of sense. Like, it actually does make a ton of sense. And with David Nwaba, it's kind of the same thing where it's like, you're not going to get anything statistically. You know, any team trading for Theis, any team trading for David Nwaba, they're not like, you know, hoping these guys run up the box score and they can flip them eventually. Like, that's definitely not the case. As a Chicago Bulls fan, I got to say, losing Daniel Theis sucked. I mean, losing Daniel Theis actually sucked. I just feel like he does better in a role where you're not asking him to just kind of, and I know the Rockets aren't necessarily asking him to do everything, but defensively, especially when Christian Wood is out there, they're asking Theis to do a lot, man. They're pretty much asking him to, like, just secure the entire paint. And when you play teams like the New York Knicks, or you just play big, aggressive basketball teams like the Cavs, Daniel Theis can't do enough. Even with Christian Wood out there, I just don't think Theis complements Wood, and I don't think Wood complements Theis. I think for me, the best scenario for Daniel Theis is to come off the bench and play like maybe 20 minutes a night. I honestly think that's the best case scenario. But then you look into the Rockets situation, you're like, oh shit, we have Alperen Şengün and Christian Wood as well. The good news is when you trade away Christian Wood, I think Christian Wood will get traded at the deadline this year, then Daniel Theis has a little more draw to him. The downside is if you trade away Christian Wood, if we trade away Christian Wood, we're probably seeing Daniel Theis start every game for the remainder of the season. So is Daniel Theis going to get traded? I highly doubt it, man. I just honestly highly doubt it. I could see Dave Nwaba getting traded for sure. But at the same time, the Rockets are paying these men for a reason. They want them on the team. And as the 29th ranked defense, you know, even with your opinions on Theis, with your opinions on David Nwaba, they're two of our best defenders. It's just the way it is. So, I don't know, man. I want to hear from you guys down below in the comment section. But Daniel Theis makes a really hard case for himself. But it's even harder just given the Rockets' circumstances right now with big men. Because it's like, you know, is Christian Wood part of the future? Probably not. Right? Just probably not. I know they haven't come out and said anything like that, and there's no trade rumors regarding Christian Wood, but just with his shenanigans and his age, I don't see Christian Wood being a part of the long-term future. With Alperen, I think we all can agree he's a part of the Rockets' long-term future. So does having Daniel Theis limit Alperen Şengün? For now, no. But here's what's going to happen in the draft and in free agency. If we have Theis and we have Alperen, and you go and get one more big man in the draft, not necessarily Usman Garuba, I'm talking more at the center position. And, you know, I know Alp can play the power forward, but if you just go out and you made another free agent signing like Daniel Theis in the offseason this year, it just complicates this so much more that if you ask me, I want the Rockets to trade Daniel Theis. I just want them to trade Daniel Theis because I don't know what he's offering me. I don't know what he's offering me this season. I don't know what he would offer me next season. I understand every team needs, you know, veteran presences, but I just think this was a swing and a miss. I think this was Rafael Stone's first and maybe only bad move he's made so far as our GM. And I don't know. It's tough, man. It's, you know, he's not that old. He's 29 years old. So what would he be, like 32 when his contract's over? It just makes you think. Like, this just makes you think. I think if you have the actual opportunity to trade away Daniel Theis, I just think you have to do it. I think you have to do it. But I would imagine the Rockets aren't in a rush to trade him, just given kind of how much stock they put into him last offseason, where it's like, I don't think that they're willing, or I don't even know. I don't know what his trade value is like, but I just don't think the Rockets are willing to just kind of give up on Daniel Theis this early, this quickly. Then again, Rafael Stone's a genius. He's a very smart man. So if he realizes he fucked up and he just wants to just get rid of that fuck up, he might hop on a trade. So I'm hoping Theis gets traded. I would imagine most of you guys are as well. But drop some comments down below on your opinions, and hit that like button, hit that sub button. Peace.